Hi everyone, I'm Janet. Welcome to Raw Living Way. Today we're going to talk about what ages someone rapidly, how to age quickly. You want to know what to avoid? Well, I'm going to talk about the 4 to 5 things that will age someone dramatically. So we can avoid this. This is the goal here. I want you to live your best life. This is what this whole channel is about. Everything I talk about is how do we live our best life? How are we our healthiest? How can we make sure we take care of ourselves so we're not in pain, so we're not suffering, so we avoid the doctor's office. The doctor's office should be the last resort. If we're going to the doctor, it's to get some testing done here and there if that's something that you want to do. However, a doctor's office should never be someone's first option for their health. We have ownership of our health. We self-master our health. This is up to us. We are our own doctors. So let's talk about what ages the body dramatically. This whole channel is about juice fasting and raw living foods. When we go on a juice fast, transition into raw foods, this is the best way to reset our gut, have a new start, heal ourselves naturally through the power of juice fasting and raw living foods. We got to give the body a break. Before we get into this next topic on what ages the body rapidly, I have a free video course on how to go raw vegan. If you're curious, you don't know where to start, how to go raw vegan, easy ways to go raw vegan, check it out below. Just check out the link down below and you're going to sign up and you're going to get the first video straight to your inbox. It's a full 6 video course on how to go raw. I made this so it's easy for you, so you get a real understanding on what this whole lifestyle is about. Because once you go raw, it's really hard to go back. I never want to go back to feeling bloated, unwell. I was really sick and I was able to heal myself through the power of juice fasting and now raw foods. So I made this video course just for you, easy ways to go raw vegan. So right down below, fill out your information and you're gonna get the first video straight to your inbox. My gift to you, enjoy. So let's talk about it. What ages someone rapidly? What is something we need to avoid? Well, number 1, sleep, lack of sleep. I can tell you that the number 1 priority at this point should be sleep. Are you getting enough sleep? If you're not, this is aging. This is aging the body and we cannot function properly. You see, when we're sleeping, the body does the deepest healing. I know life happens. As for myself, I get it. There's a lot going on and sometimes, I want to stay up late because I'm working. Whatever it is for you, it could be the same thing. You're working or you're just a night owl and you stay up late. Well, if you are a night owl, just make sure that you are getting enough sleep, because if we're not getting enough sleep, this is extremely aging. The deeper sleep that we have, the proper sleep, the proper rest, our body is self-healing, self-regulating itself, regenerating, and this is when the body deep heals, when we're sleeping. I recommend at least 7 hours of sleep. I don't know for you, with your schedule or what you're used to. I know for myself, at least 7 hours is amazing. Honestly, 8 hours even better, and that's fine. I have no shame in my game when it comes to sleeping because I know the power that has. I'm 43, and because I sleep well, this is my priority. I have to sleep. Not only that, yes, I went on a juice fast. That helps, which I'm going to get into. And raw foods, that's easier on the digestion, less aging to the body, less work the body has to do. But without proper sleep, I couldn't function. I couldn't feel my best and I couldn't look my best. And I know because I prioritize sleep, this has helped me age gracefully as possible, because aging is a beautiful process done right. The last thing we want is have to age 20 years in advance because we did everything that went against our body's natural circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm is when we are allowing the body to sleep and rest with the Earth's time span. So if the sun is up, well, that's about the time we're getting up. When the sun is down, that's about the time we must rest. So when we follow the earth's circadian rhythm and our own body circadian rhythm, what is your body naturally telling you? Do you need to sleep 10 more minutes? Do you need to sleep 20, 30 more minutes, 2 more hours? We must honor this. And this is my time span, how I live by. I have a lot of things going on as well, but if I'm not resting and that's not prioritized, it's not worth living tired, aging myself, living a life where I was just in that grind, which I'm all about in that hustle life. Like I like to be busy, I like to be working, I got clients. We all got something going on. But I got to tell you, my sleep comes number one, and I refuse, because I've done this, not prioritizing my sleep. What happens? We get sick. When we don't sleep, we get sick. We are not well. You're easily easily can get the flu or a cold. Your immunity shuts down. We are not well. You've got the sniffles all of a sudden, or you're not functioning during your day. You're fatigued because we are not sleeping. The body becomes ill. It needs to rest so it can repair. And I'm at the point now, no matter what is going on, the world can just crumble. I don't care. It's spinning and crumbling, whatever. I guess if the world is round, right? If the earth is a globe and not a sphere. We're not going to get into that conspiracy theory, which I don't think it's a conspiracy theory. I actually don't believe that the earth is round, but that's for another time and day, or maybe for a whole different other channel you want to get into. My point is, we want to go with the circadian rhythm, and whatever's going on in the world, I'm going to be sleeping. I can have deadlines or, got to get this done and that done. I'm at the point now, you guys, if we are not well and we get sick, because that has happened, I get sick. And what happens if we're not well and we end up at the hospital, at the doctor's office, because we were just grinding all the time, grinding in that work mode, work, or, whatever you got going on in your life. Do you think it's worth your health? Nothing is worth our health. And I'm at that point where, because I've gotten so sick because of not sleeping, if we're not well, what good is anything? We cannot be there for ourselves. If we cannot be there and we cannot be there for our loved ones. So if we cannot be there for ourselves and we're not well, how can we be there for the ones that we love? We have all these plans we want to do. We want to show up here. We want to do this and that. But if we're not well, none of it's worth it. We must be well. And this is why number one is sleep. I hope that really sunk in. Number two, alcohol. Sure, I can get into diet, but I'm going to go into alcohol. Alcohol is extremely dehydrating. It's causing damage and stress on the liver. It kills brain cells. It dehydrates the skin, therefore dehydrates the face and the skin. There's wrinkles, kills cells, healthy cells that we need. There's so much chemical imbalance with alcohol. It depresses people. It's a mood depressor. And because it's killing brain cells, this is damaging. This is very damaging to the mind, how we think, depression, anxiety. Yes, it affects our hormone imbalance. It affects everything in the body that can go wrong as far as our cognitive function to our mind, which is going to affect how we function in general. So drinking alcohol is very, very aging, extremely aging. And you will notice that it does cause fine lines around the eye. I would stay away from alcohol. Alcohol is an addiction for many. I personally quit alcohol drinking when I went on my first juice fast. If you want to quit alcohol, you know it's time. It's making you sad, depressed. It's affecting your life, your job, your career, your family, your relationships. It is not worth it. And you can be free of alcohol. I am, and I didn't think I would ever be. It was holding me down. And I finally let it go. I went on a juice fast for so long. And on that juice fast, you go through a lot of changes for the better. You see your life for what it is. Your body rejects alcohol because you've given it so much pure life. I'm actually on another juice fast. I'm going for 40 days. I may do 20 days. I've done 130 days on a juice fast. I've done 60 days. It's changed my life. I healed myself. I even quit alcohol, which is one of the best things that saved my life, is through God's message to do this and my juices, I was able to heal myself and quit alcohol because it was destroying me. It was destroying me. It was aging me, causing me to be depressed. It wasn't fun. I had anxiety because of it. I would have nightmares. You know, alcohol is real. It's alcohol spirits. So when your body is already unwell and you're someone who gets sick a lot, like I used to, we don't want to drink alcohol because what happens is these spirits from alcohol, you know, your body is a vessel where these spirits can easily overcome and take over. And that's what happened to me. And it was really scary. So I quit alcohol by the grace of God and my juice fasting, right? And I committed and it was natural. I don't want to drink anymore. It was a natural process for me where I didn't want to drink anymore. My body rejected alcohol. Thank God. I couldn't drink anymore after so much love and dedication and discipline I had on this juice fast. When you clean your vessel and you purify the mind, your sixth sense, your third eye, your intuition, all the messages we receive from Source, God, you're so clear. You never want to hurt yourself because you can see vividly and feel that this is dangerous, this is not good, and it's harmful. And when you can separate yourself from that addiction and you notice that was just a vice, it was an addiction. I'm better off without it, so much better. The most productive people, successful people, they don't drink alcohol. Why? Because it weighs you down. It's not something positive. It's not going to help you work better. It's not going to make you make better decisions. We have to be fully clear and open and awake and aware. And if alcohol is literally killing brain cells, destroying your liver, destroying your body, aging you, it's not worth it. This isn't worth it. And the best way for me, in my personal opinion and experience, and helping others on this path, when we go on a juice fast, which is what I recommend prior to getting into raw foods, cleaning out the gut first. Let's reset the microbiome. I recommend going on a juice fast if you want to quit alcohol. Give it a shot. Why not? You have nothing to lose. And I know you'll notice that you don't want to poison your body anymore. Once you give it so much nutrition and so much life, you never want to hurt yourself again because that's what alcohol is. It's self-harm. It's self-harm. And no matter if it's just a glass of wine, there's nothing good coming out of that. Oh, well, there's antioxidants. Well, there's antioxidants in blueberries and in grapes, dark grapes. Go eat that. It's an excuse. It's just another excuse to drink alcohol, get wasted, and numb yourself because you can't deal with life because you're so stressed. You want to forget about things. There's something pent up inside that you just want to simmer down, and you're not facing it. You don't want to face your fears. But when you're sober, you got to face it all. But in facing it all, we get through it. We transmute this fear into something powerful, which means we don't need this. You realize you don't need alcohol. I recommend, try a juice fast and give it a shot. You have nothing to lose, only to gain. And if you ever decide, well, you know what? I'm okay with drinking here and there, I can guarantee you'll never want it as much as you've before because you've cleaned your body out so much. If you decide I can still have a glass here and there, which many people actually totally quit because they don't want this anymore, their body rejects it. And if you did, again, want a glass of wine here and there, it'll never be the same. It'll never be the urges or the anxiety to drink because you need to quickly numb yourself. You know that feeling where you get antsy to drink, you just got to have a shot, you just have another beer just to chill? That goes away. So if that goes away, you can now make a choice. You know what? Today I'll have a glass of wine. It's a family reunion. I'm not, or today I'm going to celebrate. I'll have some. But it'll never be the same of this addiction taking over you. At least my experience and people that I've coached. I coach many people in this process of juice fasting and transitioning into a healthier lifestyle, a healthier diet. And this is my specialty. So if you want one-on-one coaching, I'm here for you to guide you and walk you along the way. There's all my information down below. Okay. All right. So number 3, coffee. Coffee and caffeine is extremely aging and dehydrating. Listen, I like coffee. I get it. I used to drink a lot of coffee, but since my juice fast as well and raw foods, I don't want this stuff like I used to. I will always enjoy the taste of coffee, but I never need it for the caffeine fix because my food gives me that. My food is my fuel. My juice is my fuel. I have a green juice every day. Yes, I have a fresh green juice every day. I sometimes, right now I'm on a juice fast, another juice fast. I do juice fasts throughout the year, but sometimes I like to batch it. I'll batch it. So I'll have, 2 or 3 juices for the week, and I'll just do that. So I always have a fresh green juice ready for me because that's how I get my energy. Eating light, eating raw foods, all these enzymes and nutrients and real nutrition from the food that gives me energy rather than feeling heavy and weighed down. So that's my energy is I exercise, I walk, I drink juices, I fast. This gives me energy because when we're heavy and our colon's impacted, it brings you down, it weighs heavy on you. This is why I recommend a juice fast for humanity. If you've never done it, you gotta do at least 40 days. Clean out the bowels. So I recommend, just chill with the caffeine because it's aging. I remember I used to have a lot, I'm 43, so this is natural, you're gonna get fine lines. But I used to have them where they were so obvious, and I would drink a lot of coffee, and I knew, and I used to have really yellow teeth, and I knew it was the coffee. And when I stopped, after my juice fast, I didn't want it as much anymore. And if I have a cup of coffee, oh gosh, I can't tell you the last time, but it'll be maybe once in a blue moon. It'll be a little bit with some non-dairy milk, and it'll be just a little bit, but more of like an ambiance if I do it. Like it's like a moment. But again, I can't tell you the last time I had it. Again, this is what I'm saying is like once it's an addiction, this is a problem when it's like an everyday thing, because now we're really aging the body. We're hurting our adrenal glands, okay, that are getting this heavy hit with this caffeine. So it's aging to the body if our adrenal glands are affected. It's a shocker, and it puts our adrenal glands in a flight or fight reaction, which then produces an acceleration in our adrenals that ages the body, which then affects our hormones. And now we have a hormone imbalance because of these adrenal glands being hit with this caffeine rush. It isn't normal to have this much caffeine if you're having caffeine every day. I don't recommend it. And again, this is another way to age. A lot of women, men too, everyone, we all want to age gracefully, but a lot of women are putting and slathering on these creams and all these things that are so expensive and really just toxic chemicals, right? You think that's going to fix what's going on inside if you're drinking coffee every day? No. The best thing would be drink your green juices, cut the coffee out, or make it like a special treat once in a blue, not an everyday thing. Really altogether cut it. You can substitute with, there's chai teas that are low in caffeine, that are less of a hit to your adrenal glands. The hit isn't so harsh. There's other teas. I know matcha has at least nutrients. There's also caffeine in matcha, but matcha has green tea, which is antioxidants. So there's a lot of benefits to matcha. Again, I would just do a little bit because there is caffeine. It does not hit the way it hits, the way caffeine hits from coffee. It does not have that same effect on your adrenals. Again, because it has caffeine, it shouldn't be a go-to. Our go-to should be real food. So yeah, matcha has, caffeine as well. Again, it's just not a heavy hit to our adrenal glands. And it also has a lot of phytonutrients and antioxidants that are actually anti-aging. So what's worse, coffee is totally acidic. Matcha is not acidic. So we kind of have to see, what's best here. Again, cutting all these substances, even better, sure. But we're trying to kind of, if you want to wean off the coffee, maybe switch it up for having a little matcha or, a chai latte. There's caffeine, but it's much less. And then eventually substitute it with dandelion tea. There's also mushroom tea. These are no caffeine. So the goal is, if you want to wean off, there's better ways to do it. And then we can get to dandelion tea. You can always have that. That kind of tastes, and chicory and dandelion tea kind of tastes like coffee a little bit, but it's totally not, and it's healthy for the liver. And you can get your latte fix, right? You can still put some creamer in there and like foam it up and have a really nice tea. Also, you can do like, again, a chai latte. They have chai lattes with no caffeine eventually, get to that point. Also, there is mushroom tea. They have these amazing mushroom teas. They have cocoa tea. You can make all of these substitutes instead of having coffee. So there are ways to do this, you guys, because again, coffee is extremely acidic, and that's got to go. That's really gonna age age the body and Wrinkle USA. You want wrinkles? Sign up to coffee because that's where it's at. Number 4, which could have been number 2, number 1, number 3. It's not in a specific order, but number 4 will be our diet, our lifestyle, what we're eating, how we're eating. Are we fasting? Let's talk about food. Let's talk about habits with food and our diet. If we are not fasting, I can tell you right now, that is aging to the body. At some point, we need to give the digestive system a break. Do you think it was meant to every day, continuously, constantly, daily, work to digest food, work and work and work, and just work every day? We're just eating. Do you think we're on this planet just to eat? I mean, come on, we're better than that. We're bigger than that. We're smarter than that. We're more intelligent than that. It's time to give the body a break. And so we juice fast or we water fast up to dry fasting. I love juice fasting because I get my nutrition. I get energy from this. I can do my work. I can go out and about and do things while I'm juicing because I'm getting my calories in, which is my energy. We must give the body a break. So we juice fast. And then I recommend going into raw living foods because raw living foods are alive. This is easier on the digestive system. The reason why I went raw is because having cooked foods and heavy foods, well, I've been vegan for over 15 years, but in that time, by not eating like meat and dairy, I know that helped my gut a lot, right? That was very helpful because meat and dairy, all this fat is aging to the body and it's really hard to digest. It's really hard to process. There is no fiber in meat. This stuff is hard. It can stay inside and not digest very well for years and years and years. What happens after that? This infestation, rotting meat inside. This causes parasites. It's aging to the body. It's no good. And this is why there is so much disease also because heavy consumption of meats and dairy. This is too much fat for the body to take. Also hard to digest because there is no fiber. This food becomes putrefied inside. This is dead carcass. It's dead meat. It's going to breed parasites and fungus and yeast, you name it. Going on to raw living foods. Raw living foods are our natural species diet. This is our most natural to digest. Fruits and vegetables. Fruits, number 1, because fruits just flow in the digestive system. That large intestine, the colon, small intestine, our digestive tract, this is an easy flow out of the system. And that's what we want. This is less aging to the body. Anytime we have to process cooked foods, anytime we have to digest cooked foods in the body, starches and rice, anything that's really cooked down with oil, this causes havoc in the body over time and in that process because the body is saying and signaling this food is dead. Now the body has to use its own natural enzymes to work this food out, to process, to assimilate, to break down these proteins, which become undigested proteins when they are not digested properly. And when these foods are not in transit in a flowing way properly throughout the body, we want this flow, right? So we're not constipated. We want to avoid constipation. And how do we do that? Raw living foods are filled with enzymes and hydration and minerals and life force. This flows through the body. This breaks down and the nutrients are readily available for us. And this is what we want because this food has not been denatured. It is alive. It is fully active and we can process this food. You want to talk about anti-aging? Go raw. But first I recommend take a break, take a solid food vacation. You want to age less and not age rapidly? We got to put the fork down. We got to put the fork down, take a break from food, give your body a time to rest, regenerate. This is what we want. I recommend going on a juice fast. And if you want more information on this, not only that, I can help you. I can coach you through your experience. This is why I created Raw Living Self-Mastery membership. And in this community, I will coach you through your juice fast. I will coach you from start to finish. There's a right way to do this and there's the wrong way. The right way will get you results and will get the job done in a shorter time span. The wrong way doesn't work and can go long and forever just wasting time, money, and energy. There is no need for that. This is what I coach on people. This is my expertise, my niche, what I do, what I love. And I love helping people see their potential and walking them through this journey. At Raw Living Self-Mastery, if you check it out down below, you could check it out, see all that's included. I coach you directly. There's Zoom calls in our community as well. I will guide you one-on-one on your path. Where are you? And what are your goals? And let's get to that. Let's make it happen for you and your circumstance. You're not alone. This is an easy way. It's an easy process if you know how. And you want to do this the right way. We also have a library of me in the kitchen. I have kitchen demos as a chef. I go in the kitchen and I teach culinary demos on how to make these recipes. I go live every Friday answering your questions. Twice a month, there's a Zoom call as well where I'm coaching you guys if you want more interaction with me that way. Every Friday, I answer your questions as well. And every day, I'm responding and answering questions. This whole community, I'm here for you from start to finish, from starting your fast, breaking your fast, and transitioning into raw foods. I'm with you from the prep, from the start of your juice fast, to making the best out of your juice fast, the most out of your juice fast, breaking your fast, which is very important, huge, and transitioning into a more raw living way lifestyle. That's the goal. Well, you say, well, I want to eat cooked food still. Well, let's do this process first and let's integrate more raw foods, and I'll show you how. Let's do it the right way so that you can make it sustainable, because this should be a lifetime journey, not a diet. We are meant to have raw foods. We are meant to have foods that make us feel good, not tired and sluggish, right? So there's so much to offer in this community. And if you're ready to start today, sign up right now. The link is down below. And if you want more personal one-on-one coaching, I also offer that as well. Everything is down below for you. Okay, so let's go to the next one. The next habit to really age the body is depending on creams and chemicals and all these lotions and potions that you think are going to work. I'll tell you right now that these potions are actually aging to the liver because these are cancer causing. These are extremely toxic to the liver. Anything you put on your skin is toxic. If you cannot eat it, listen, this stuff is toxic. If you're going to use creams and stuff like this, there are options. There are natural products now. Everything nowadays, you guys, you can find it natural, where it's naturally made plant-based. Even for women, for makeup, there is natural makeup. We have to be mindful of the chemicals that we put on our body. So for creams, for example, we can use shea butter. We can use coconut oil, shea butter, coconut oil, jojoba oil, rose oil, castor oil. All these oils are natural, non-toxic. So instead of using all this other crap, really, that is extremely toxic, we got to dump this stuff because this is actually more aging. Sunscreen, for example. Sunscreen is extremely aging because it's completely toxic. I haven't found a sunscreen that isn't toxic. What I recommend is we can use shea butter, a thick layer of shea butter and coconut oil. Lay it on thick. Put some castor oil, shea butter specifically with some thick coconut oil base. Slather it on. Put a hat on. If it's the sunscreen you're concerned about, put a hat on and slather that stuff on. And every couple hours, re-cream yourself. Keep putting it on. But we got to stay away from these chemicals because these are more aging than anything to the body, and it's killing the liver. The liver has to process these chemicals. This is dangerous. We want to protect our liver because our liver is our detoxification organ, is one of them. It's a big one. So we want to make sure we're taking care of our liver. The last thing we want is shampoos that are nothing but chemical. Laundry detergent, that's nothing but chemicals. Everything, you guys, nowadays is sold natural. We can get all these items that are non-toxic. So do your best. I would suggest the closer to nature, the better. If you can make it, that's the best way to do it. If you can make it, then make it. You can go on YouTube. There's so many recipes on, how to make your laundry soap, shampoo, all these wonderful things that we can make at home. For my deep cleansing shampoo, I do apple cider vinegar and I do a treatment once in a while, and that's amazing. Coconut oil, I put rose oil, castor oil, All these things we can do, these are natural. I slather my face with castor oil at night, my neck, everything, my feet. Castor oil on the feet for dry feet. Put cotton socks on, lather your feet up, put that cotton sock on overnight or during the day. I mean, just put it on. Wow. Wow, it will heal. It heals dry feet, severely dry feet. I'm telling you, this stuff works. Nature made everything perfect. So the less we can use all these chemicals, the more we can avoid this stuff, the better we are. The better we are. Okay, so that wraps up today's show on how to avoid all these habits that are completely aging. If you like this, please like and subscribe, and I will be back with more informative content. Thank you so much for being here. Sending you all my love. Have the best day.